we are indeed in game 3 of the final of Antec Attack number 20. This is a best of 5 game. It is between EmpireKas and EmpireHappy. It is match point. So basically, if you haven't watched the previous games, check them out because I'm going to spoil it for you. Happy won the first two. So
well, I do have a scoreboard up.
you do have a scoreboard up. Well,
I
anyone
do.
watching on stream, it's spoiled for the VOD viewers. Haven't had it spoiled quite yet. But yes, anyway, so I am SC2 England, and my lovely co-caster is Pewee.
Hey guys.
Now, we're going to be a bit biased in this game, because we've been talking to the lobby. These two players are really social and nice, aren't they? So, essentially, we're cheering for Kas.
Yes.
And so is
Because
everyone in the stream. Everyone in the stream, you're cheering for Kas, because they're so friendly. Kas is all like, oh, I've had such unluck the first two games. And we're like, come on, Kas, you can do it. You're going to have the commentators on side. We're going to be like, yeah, Kas. So hopefully Kas will pull through here.
We'll message him, he's going for this, blah blah.
We won't really, they're both busy.
No, of
We
course.
would never cheat, and even if they did, they wouldn't listen to us. We'd probably tell them the wrong thing anyway.
Yeah.
But currently both players going for the same thing, so...
Pretty much it's just a more defensive posture for Happy because of the depot at the
I don't think
the
I've
chill.
ever actually seen Kas wall off. Like, ever. Even against Zerg, he doesn't wall off.
Yeah, we do have an early scout here for Happy, and what direction is he going for? He's going clockwise, so he will scout Kas
wrong way.
last. And of course, for those who do not know, normally the rule of scouting is you scout clockwise, so in this direction. But we do actually have a cast for Happy.
Is there any reason for that?
I guess it's just clockwise is the more normal thing for like directions, really.
See, I always scout anti-clockwise. Am I just weird?
No, it's just for some reason, look, like clockwise is, you know, what you see on clocks. So I know it's just the
Really,
normal.
clockwise is what you see on clocks, is
Yeah,
it, Pewee?
believe
Is
it or
that
not.
true? Are now roundabouts also round?
They are,
Wow.
and yeah, pretty much it's just like you see more clockwise in the general world. So maybe it's just like you know, something that's conditioned into a person. Like I always scout clockwise. But you have to make a point of going anti-clockwise if you scout anti-clockwise, whereas clockwise is more conditioned, like, I find.
I don't know. Which way do you stir things? Do you like stir them clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise, actually.
See, I stir anti-clockwise.
Because you're odd, then. You're just a backwards person.
Yeah.
Just odd.
I've spent
But,
too much time, like, confused.
Yeah. Alright, so we have a command center down for Kas. So it went Rax, command center, Rax, gas, gas. And we have a factory with one gas. So starport could be built. There's a starport. And what? Okay, we have a Hellion. We have the same strat as last game from Happy.
Which didn't really work out too well for him, so I'm surprised he's doing it.
No.
But who knows?
This
There's
is-
a bunker
this is a-
going down as well, though, for Kas, so that's going to wreck the strategy.
But it could be an elevated play, and of course there is a lot of dead space or area to get into the main, and there's a lot of area to cover within the main for Kas to see this coming. So that could be very interesting. Because
Exactly.
Happy already has the watchtower, so Kas is not going to be able to get the scout unless he scans. Yeah, it's a marine. Yeah, it's just going to be a marine react. Yeah, it's exactly the same strat. I think the Marines are going to go in the front and the Hellions in the back, based on the rally points of these units.
Yeah, it'd be good. I mean, it'll force this bunker to really split itself, and if the Marines come out of the bunker for Kas to go and defend the Hellions, then obviously the front can be pushed, although everything could just change at a moment's notice.
But Kaz is playing this way. He's got actually one unit in the bunker and more of the Marines in the choke, so he can react to either one.
Happy's also getting up his own command center behind this, so this isn't an all-in by any means by Happy here.
Alright, and it looks like it's going to be the other way around. So we're going to have Hellions running in the front. Nope, he's moving them back up. He's just got the
He's
map
going to
on
do
there.
exactly the same play, an elevator play, and those Marines are down at the natural base. They're not going to get there in time. They are going a long way away, those Marines, for Kas, and all the Marines are up there now for Happy, and he needs to get those Hellions up pretty damn quick though. Picks up a
Nice.
supply depot and just pulls out, and I actually think that's a good move.
That is superb, yeah. He doesn't take any damage and...
He doesn't
like,
overcommit.
and look at this. And he's playing with Kaz now because he's going for a drop into the mineral line.
Yep, and he's also got those Hellions around the front. So, he's splitting the Marines though. Kas amazingly splitting these Marines. Good choice. The only downside, of course, is quite a few SCVs are going to get picked off here. But the Hellions do get into the natural as well, and they're going to pick off a couple of SCVs there.
And they might get the Marines as well because there's a little line of units there.
7 SCVs killed by Happy in this little bit of pushing. So that takes it to 28 to 26, but still in Kas's favour.
We have a Viking about to find the medevac, but Kaz over the ground manages to drop the units and save the medevac with the Marines, which is really important.
Yeah, the most significant thing here though is the fact that Kas is still ahead by what is 5 workers.
Check the bottom right.
The bottom right? Wow. I should have been paying more attention to that mini-map.
Yeah.
There is a 3rd base for Happy Hour. That would be why
I
he's
only
a bit
just
behind.
spotted that.
Well, you don't think to look down there, do you?
No. And oh, this is so close in the center. There was a nice little fight there. Let's check the units lost. It's a little bit more for Kaz, especially with the economy hit.
Which is a bit of a shame for him.
Yeah, but he went for the faster economy anyway, so he can afford to lose him more than Happy could.
Now, I'm predicting what's going to happen here is what Happy will do is drop all of his mules down to this lower right-hand base now.
Yeah, well, that's what you should be doing.
Because you can't transfer the SCV safely, so just drop all your mules down there.
And of course, here's a note for any players. If you ever scout a terrain and you like fly through here, so you're a pro, you fly through here and you're like, oh wait, there's no there's no meals, right? Because all the meals are going to be down here. So there's not meals here, there's not meals here. And you can figure that out. You're like, hey, why aren't there any meals? Because there should always be one. And the answer is because there's a proxy base somewhere in base.
It's not really a proxy base, it's just a hidden base.
Yeah, I said that wrong completely there. And Happy has 3 Hellions in the bottom right of the map, while Kaz is going for a tank Viking Marine siege here. But of course there are 3 tanks already sieged from Happy, so Kaz is going to take too much damage here.
He walks straight into it, and that is not fun times, but he does get vision, but both tanks get taken out there for Kaz. That's a big loss. 2 tanks for 1 is not a good engagement. Quite a few Marines taken out as well. Now over double the resources lost for Kas. If we look at the work account, they've leveled it up at 47 apiece. But obviously that 3rd orbital for Happy going to really influence it, actually putting them ahead economically now.
And of course the 3rd command center is now in production for Kas, but that losing those 2 tanks right there is big, because those were like his first 2 tanks. And he has...
I have to say it's a consistent flaw in Kas's play, in my opinion, is his tank control really lets him down, because I think he has superior marine control. And that's where it really plays into like his TvZ. So good at splitting the Marines, dealing with the infantry, getting those 3/3 upgrades, and also Kas's
Marines. Oh, but they're on move command and just get
annihilated. But yeah, also Kas's TvP is really good because he's so good with that infantry. But I just think his tank play isn't as good as it could be.
Nah, like we said this in the first game, Happy, in comparison to Happy especially, because you just notice the massive difference, but Happy always has a favourable engagement when it comes to tanks.
I'd actually, what do you reckon? Do you reckon Kas's best matchup is TvP or TvZ?
I don't really know because I'm not a Protoss, so I can't pay. I don't know the little differences that go into a TvZ, but I know his TvP is very impressive.
I think his TvZ is good, but I think that pure Marine Marauder medevac play he does against Protoss is just so swish, and when he gets into the late game, when he brings those ghosts in, he's more comfortable in that style, I think, having a more fluid army as opposed to more systematic and strategic. Is Kas about to do the same thing he just did again?
Nearly.
He's letting some free shells go off here, but he is going to be able to siege up there now. He's got vision with those Vikings. He's got superior Viking numbers by a huge amount.
4v7.
And well, he's going to be able to shell that 1 gas and also the missile turret there as well. So it'll be interesting to see how Kas follows this up. Obviously, picking off a gas is good. Those Vikings are still being a pain though.
They are. He's lost 3 But of course, the gas isn't as important when you already have a hidden base.
Yeah,
with
that's
gas
true.
mining.
That's a big advantage, but still we will see
Happy-
these tanks trying to move forward here for Kas.
Happy has fallen behind supply-wise though, which is quite impressive. Even though Kaz has been losing a lot more stuff. Oh, actually, they just evened up now with this low attack.
Pretty good.
And then Neil-
Kas got good supply lead though. At the moment.
Who's dropping? Happy's dropping meals on Kaz to kill tanks. You
Which
just
is
got
always a
one.
fun game.
It is.
But quite a few Marines getting picked up here by Kas. Kas is in a good little siege spot here.
Yeah. He's 30 supply ahead now.
But only
is-
one tank left now. And to be honest, one tank with half health isn't too threatening.
No.
Taking a look back, Kas is just really gearing up. He's got 3 more tanks on the way back, and he's pulling back, and I think that's a good move. Happy now needs to really retake that defensive position as best he can.
Does. And Kaz does pull him back as he takes his 4th command center in the middle left. We still have more tanks coming out now.
And
In TvT, it's crazy in TvT, you just talk more about positions and stuff. You don't really talk about upgrades. Just leave that be. It's just like
they're both
talk about
upgrading
position.
pretty much at the
Yeah.
same time.
They do actually have all the same upgrades.
You
in
could have
production right
3
now.
Marines, but if you walk into a tank line, you die. And this is
Yeah.
not good. Happy is so out of position, and these tanks get an amazing position right now for Kas. Kas is in such a great spot, although his front tank is picked up, so he's no longer in range of the command center.
And wait, actually EmpireHappy just sacked a few Marines to pick up all the Vikings. Kaz does not have high ground vision at the moment, so he has to bin scans right now to just see what's going on.
And that's not going to be fun, because if Kas isn't careful, Happy can just unsiege those tanks and walk them forward. And that is exactly what he's going to do, but Kas is unsieging ASAP, so we'll manage to get out of there.
Very well played by Happy there.
Yeah.
Happy's base is in production. Oh, look at that Marine in the bottom right for Kaz. It's there to stop anything going in, but it hasn't
But he's just
scouted.
completely unaware. Where's Kas's vision? It's just like,
Oh.
nothing here guys, all good.
That's the thing, like, Kaz is going to be certain that nothing's there because the Marine is there. Like,
It's like the new recruit Marine. It's like, I checked the lower base guys, nothing here.
yeah.
I'll just wait here and let you know if anything's incoming.
No.
Oh no, it's gonna
Whose-
see it, it's gonna see it! It's like, oh, for God's sake.
Whose scan is that? No, it's Happy scan. It's
Kas has now
Oh, it's-
seen that hidden base.
nice.
He ran down there.
Of course, there's a group of Marines running bottom right to take that out, but there's a 4 medevac drop with 2 tanks headed to the main of Kaz, and this is of course how game 1 was broken. You know, how Happy managed to pull out the victory.
I know Happy has leveled up the supply really nicely, and Kas is having to pull back with a lot of units now because, well, his main base is getting completely trounced, and all of the production facilities of Kas are getting taken down now super quick.
Of course, the 5th,
Kas is like, ... not again.
not again.
Kas,
And at the same time, he's like, you cheeky bugger, look at this bottom right base. And Kaz actually managed to get 1 tank close to the cliff with the
that's a good little
units
move, using the Vikings
It
for the
was.
high ground of the vision, but to be honest, Kas is in huge problems because unless he kills with this very cost effectively, he's lost about a third of his production, would you say?
Something like that, yeah. He's lost all the tech labs as well on his factories, which is like going to stop him building tanks.
Meanwhile,
and there
Happy's
is
army's
an
moving
SCV
forward.
There was an SCV transferred to the 4th base of Happy, which killed a lot of SCVs. We have 27 workers killed in for Kaz, and
But look at
the rest-
Happy's position here with the tank at the natural base of Kas. He's just shelling everything, picks off all the tanks, and is now 30 supply ahead.
Kaz is running in with the stim into the natural of Happy. He gets 1 tank, 2 tanks go down, and there's nothing here to defend now, apart from the reinforce the units out in the middle of the map.
A quick little lift though, and now all of Happy's army is going to get back. Those Marines running into their death though, need to be a bit careful of that. But to be honest,
the
not
hell-
much has been done here by this push.
All those Marines were stimmed to death. They were like one shot at each. And
Those poor
we
Marines.
still have 5 base for Kaz v the 3 base, or 4 base actually, of Happy. But they're not all saturated. They're all, in pieces. His main's mined out. His natural is having a transfer now. The full
Take
space.
a quick look at those worker killed numbers.
Nice. 36 v 17.
In Kas's favour though. And if you
Yes.
actually look at the work count, 61 to 45, so there should be no... Happy's got the supply advantage now though. If we take a look at the army supply, it's 58 to 102 in favour of Happy, so...
And 14 tanks v 3 in Happy's favour.
Happy just needs to go and win.
Yeah.
He's got to that point now where you just... Happy just march up there, just go and kill him.
That is definitely true. And we are back to 5 base v 5 base nearly when this 5th command center finishes Kaz. And it looks like Happy
It's
is
just gonna make it
spotted by the unit at the watchtower. Yeah. He's going to siege up, get some... Oh, look at that. The glass siege line. Holy crap.
like half a map.
Yeah. But of course, Kaz sees everything because he's at the watchtower.
But that doesn't really matter because Cass just doesn't have enough tanks to deal with it all,
No.
and he's going to lose this 4th base. I'm surprised Happy sacrificed those Marines though to the planetary.
Yeah, it seems a bit odd. There was only 7 Marines apparently, but also the 5th base of Kaz in the bottom right is being turned into a planetary, but it has been spotted by 2 Marines.
And there's this one SCV repairing ever so well, but this planetary here for Cass is going to go, and now all of those SCVs are going to run towards the tank line and get taken out.
And a couple of Vikings get taken out as well.
Meanwhile, we've got endless engagements here by Happy on this other planetary fortress with these 2 Marines.
There are. Happy realizes there was a Marine at the tower. Some more Marines are going to deal with this planetary, and they should be able to deal with it because, of course, it's being repaired. But, Happy can just send a single tank and siege it in range.
And there's no SCVs there either. So, essentially now it's 3 base versus 4 base. Because the 4th base for Cass is in mining.
Yes. Well, Happy's on 5.
Oh yeah, of course that hidden. Did Cass not take that out?
No, he floated in. It was at the time when the base trade was happening, so I don't think he had the APM to really target fire the the command center.
Now Happy actually looking like he's going to go for a reposition up towards the natural here, but Cass has built up a sizable army.
He has. The supplies are really even now. And it's 20 tanks v 16 tanks in Happy's favor. Nice siege from Happy, and so much damage is being dealt to Kaz's army right there.
Cass has lost an awful lot, but this tank line of Happy is looking very, very scary. But double drop being loaded up here for Cass, and I think that's a good choice on its own.
Where's he going with it though? Is he trying to save his extra command center from those 2 tanks?
He may be, but we will wait and see. It's getting repaired so well though, so
Yeah.
a double medevac drop would save it, but it's not really being repaired fast enough at the moment, so those Marines are being dropped out, but if it goes down that's going to be a big loss. Only, well, a couple more hits, one more hit, it's going to go down, and that is a huge loss there for Cass.
And a stim in to get the tanks. It's
But
pretty successful, it's fairly easy.
it's fairly easy. Marines versus 2 tanks will never go. Meanwhile, there's just a huge basically sit there right now between at the natural of Cass. Both players just staring each other down, being like, you come over here. And they're like, no, you come over here.
And Kaz, that's another command center in the same spot as well. And the Marines are running away from Happy. Oh, no, they come back. It's just a medevac drop into the base again of Kaz, and a scan is thrown down. So if Kaz is looking, that may tip him to what's about to happen.
He was watching
is.
He's going to pick up his own. There's going to be a drop on drop action here.
They're actually, oh my god. Kaz is going for a drop at the same time, and now he's like, oh shoot.
Now, what's this a case of Cass? Cass, you've fallen for this twice now. But Cass's approach is going to be, well, I'll go and drop your 3rd then.
And a Marine did spot it though, so Marines stemmed from that main army of Happy.
Just lifting
Tanks are moving up.
just lifting the base and going out. Meanwhile, we will see here Cass bringing back a lot of his army, but he's attacking into a siege line, and so much of Cass's production getting taken out here.
Again.
Literally,
Supplies so close, 10 apart.
this is an epic 3rd game.
This is very similar to the Tal'Darim one we seen last week, game number 1.
It's really hard to call on who's ahead as well. I'd have to say it is.
It is really hard because now Kaz just took a supply lead again. but obviously Happy has the much bigger economic advantage here.
Well,
especially
looking
with
at the
these two
bar
more
chart,
orbitals.
looking at the bars for income, it is in Happy's favour, specifically gas. But then
Yes.
Happy has 3,000 gas banked up, nearly 4,000.
Yes, but he's just lost an orbital. No, he saved that orbital. How many orbitals has this guy's got? 2, 3.
He's
In
got
total,
orbital
he
deck.
has.
He's also building another command centre
Yep.
down by his hidden base. So
Yeah, and in the bottom left, another one just started. So that takes him up to 9 command centers.
meanwhile, a lot of Cass's army is in this medevac drop, which is just sort of positioned outward. And it's moving forward to all these
Oh my
Marines.
God.
That's going to lose so much that could cost Cass the game in one. That is absolutely huge.
Holy crap! And weirdly enough, so after losing that, Kaz is 3 supply behind. What?
This game is just crazy. This is.
Oh my god.
I feel like Cass. I can't really work out. Cass. It seems
How
like
the hell is
should,
he still even?
But it seems
Yeah.
like Cass should be winning. Like, just with how he plays better, but just somehow loses. But some great mule drops going down here by Happy, just causing those tanks to kill themselves.
Of course, when you have that many orbitals, and by that I mean 8, that's
Drop all the
okay.
mules.
He just lose a minute back there.
Meanwhile, Happy's expanding everywhere. He's just re-landed his 3rd, his 5th, 6th. Well, 7 bases.
But yeah, absurd.
Absurd. It's crazy.
Absurd.
Ridiculous. But Happy is being forced to pull back as Cass does have the larger army. 120 army supply to 100, so that's quite significant, 20 additional army supply. But good little siege up position here. And the Marines are going to pick off quite a few tanks here of Happy, of Cass rather. There's a lot of tanks go down for the sake of a couple
Do you
of
see how
Marines.
fast those Marines vaporized?
I know, it's just crazy. Cass actually still, well, only 2 tanks behind now. But this is just getting really sick, and to be honest, these lower bases of Happy are in trouble now, Puri, aren't they?
Yep, one left off. But of course, the units are moving to a point now where they may get trapped, and they turn around.
I mean, there's those tanks in the middle for Cass just kind of abandoned all by themselves.
And we have the planetary fortress on the middle right about to be taken out.
Yeah, there's a lot of units there, so that's not going to be fun for
Have a nice siege.
Happy to deal with.
In the meantime, Happy's going for a little bit of a base trade again, it seems. Gets 1 tank, 2nd tank.
He's not just going to move forward, he's going to really Happy's
He
doing...
doesn't have high ground vision, he has no air units. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to go siege. Oh wait.
Meanwhile, we will see Happy's lost his 4th base.
Yep. And we had some SCVs getting in the fight there.
And some SCVs just going to the closest mining base, which will give away, there's a base down there, to Cass. Meanwhile, Cass about to lose his 4th base.
Yeah, and his 5th base is under siege.
Yep. So, kind of a bit of a stalemate really at the moment. But this base, the hidden base for Happy, finally having to run away before it gets taken out.
It is, and there are Vikings now that can finish the job as it floats away.
Meanwhile, the 5th base of Cass is about to go down to the siege tanks. At long last, it's getting repaired, so we'll stay up. But I think those tanks are out damaging the repair just. Or are they? Yeah, they are. They definitely are. Because some SCVs are getting in the action trying to kill stuff, but looks like we're going to have a bit of engagement by the right watchtower, but no, maybe not.
Ooh.
Maybe, are we? Perhaps, possibly, yes, no. What do you reckon? They're just skirting each other, and I can't help but feel Happy's getting ahead again.
Supplies are 2 apart.
Army supplies are basically exactly even. This is just
2
so
supplies.
close. This is
That means
so
their
close.
economies are nearly identical. It's 18 harvesters v22. And we have so many command centers.
I know, to be fair, Happy can basically survive on mules now.
Yeah.
He's got 6,500 gas banked up.
Oh my god. He doesn't actually need to mine gas again.
He just needs to, like, spam that mule button.
Kaz, save the command center. There we are. And we
That was
have
close.
Happy moving up, Kaz moving across, and
Kas's
Happy's
army's
gonna
gonna-
get the better position here, and a lovely siege there.
Big
I think
engagements from both sides, though.
Kaz
and
is gonna lose that engagement pretty badly, and now Happy has a solid advantage over his opponent, I would say.
Happy's in an amazing spot right now, but he's got to be careful not to have a bad engagement now. He has the additional bases as well, that makes a big difference. But there's one orbital command down at the third of the bomb right by the rocks, about
Yeah.
to die to flame. There's one
there's a
SCV
mule.
repairing. There's a mule.
No, it's
It's a mule.
it just got downtime. There's like 20 health left. I just spotted it.
Awesome. We've got some siege up by the left watchtower now. This game is pretty sick, don't you think, Hugh?
Yes.
It's crazy good.
95 supply v120 in Happy's favor.
Now, what else can we
Think
get?
of it. Another command center about to be taken down by Happy.
And we've got Cass moving up now. He is about 30 supply behind now, though. So that is quite significant. Army-wise, it's 113 to 68.
And because we have all these command centers and orbitals for Happy, he is mining actually 12 times the amount of Kaz. Kaz is mining 100 minerals a minute.
Yeah, Cass is really starting to struggle in terms of income. So I do actually think Happy's going to take this. And by the fact that Cass is going for sort of a last-ditch push,
Yes.
what's the tank count like? 14 to 17. Way more Marines for Happy as well. So never going to go well. Medevac's getting played.
It's 50 supply ahead now, or nearly 60 now.
Never fun. Some
Happy's-
mules being dropped there by Happy, forcing an unsiege. And here we go. Well, Happy runs in. He's got an amazing position, but the Marines are getting taken down. But Cass now down to 50 supply. With
This is it.
Fun.
He's dropping Marines. Grats.
That's the end of the game.